Hey everyone, this is Richard again. Just want a quick update. I have changed my YouTube channel name to Monster Mayhem Forever with a 4, a number 4, not, forever, It is the Halloween month now. The Halloween month is upon us. And I thought because I've fucking barely even gotten a chance to do many movie reviews, I've been doing more tribute videos. I wanted to review one of my favourite horror films of all time, Children of the Corn. Now, just recently I did a tribute video for it, and I'm going to put the link to that video I did down below, like in the comments or something like that. What more can I say about this film? Not many people like the movie, and I don't get that. I reckon the movie it's a great movie, in my opinion. It is suspenseful, it's very horrifying, it's spooky, the music, the atmosphere. It's all like it gets you there, like you're there you know, in the movie, in the town Gatlin, Pretty much the story takes place in a small town called Gatlin where this children cult or cult children, like there's this kids are in this cult led by Isaac, who is a 12-year-old psychotic preacher who believes in he who walks behind the rose, pretty much the devil, and he is telling the kids to kill their parents, and their blood is for the corn, They all hang out in the cornfields, and one day they all just kill all the bloody adults in the whole town, Imagine that, a bunch of psychotic kids killing all the adults. Yeah, it's fucking freaky. I remember when I first, heard about the film, I was just looking in a DVD shop, and I come across this cover. It wasn't this cover, it was a bit different. It was like, shows like the cornfield, like it does in this cover here. The cornfield with the kids, with the little knives sticking out. And it has that big sickle, but you can see his whole arm. And I'm like, this looks interesting. Took a look at the back, and back then I couldn't read much, so I just looked at the pictures and I thought, I'm going to give this film a shot. Now, I hated the movie at first. I thought it was disgusting. I was eating fucking yogurt when I saw the first scene, when they're in the cafe, and all the kids just get out their knives and start slitting all the adults' throats, and I'm like, oh, I really hated the film. It scared the living shit out of me. But then, in time it grew on me. Like, when I say in time, I mean like a week later, It grew on me pretty fast, and I ended up really loving the film. It follows these two, I don't know if you want to call them married or just like an engaged couple or just a young couple or something. Linda Hamilton, of course you'll know who Linda Hamilton is. Sarah Connor in The Terminator. She plays Vicky, and Bert, which I can't pronounce his name. I know it's Peter Horton. I think it's Horton. I don't know how you pronounce his name. He plays Bert, and he's on his way to. I don't really know what internship really means, but I know he's a doctor. They're on their way to Grand Island, I'm pretty sure it was. They're on their way to somewhere. It's to do with hospitals and doctors and shit. And on the way, they run over a little boy called Joseph, who they think they murdered him and ran him over. But then when Bert goes to check out, he realizes that his throat was slit, cut deliberately and all that. And basically, he goes out to the cornfield, he finds his suitcase, and then he realizes that the blood in the suitcase was still fresh. So they try to find a town to, try to report it all, and he reckons that he may have lived in Gatlin or some, which is the town where it's set in, of course. And they come across this old man who runs like a gas station or something, and he tries to bloody find out if he can use his phone, and he's just being a real tied up asshole. But then again, he's working with the children type thing, like they need his oil and gasoline, and he can't tell them anything about Gatlin, and Well, pretty much he says a little bit, but all he says is to go to the next town. It's like 19 miles, called Hemmingford. And of course, the kids kill him, of course. Like, what more can I say about this film? I don't really want to say too much because I just want you guys to go out and watch it if you haven't seen this film. It's a classic. A lot of people say, it's loosely based on a novel by Stephen King or short story, whatever you want to call it. But there was a 2009 remake which was more faithful to the novel, book, short story, whatever. I've seen the remake a few times. I recently just watched it because I've been doing the marathon of Children of the Corn. I mean, if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see I've been watching it. For like a whole week now. I've been doing the marathon. There is another one that was made after the remake called Children of the Corn Genesis. About to say Terminator Genesis. I don't know if I want to see that one because I haven't seen it yet because it just looks like crap. But I don't know. I might give it a check. But I want to try to review other horror films as well because it's the month of Halloween and I'm so slack on doing reviews. Fuck it. I've got to start somewhere. I've got to start doing something. Um, and I've got a lot of positive feedback of my tribute video for this film. So far the people who've seen it really like it, and I'm glad. It makes me feel good. Um, so you have the character Isaac, who is played by John Franklin, and this was his first film. Well, he sure nailed it. Well, he ended up getting tied to a corn cross towards the end of the film. you know. So basically, the story is just two young couple are on Bert with his wife, girlfriend, Vicky, they're on their way to this internship thing, whatever the fuck it is, and they get caught up. They enter the town, and then they realize they might not get out alive. And Malachi, who is like Isaac's lieutenant or second in command, he is pretty much the highlight of the movie. If you don't know who the heck he is, I can guarantee if you look him up, you know his face, and you'll probably know him for Children of the Corn. He's just this very creepy, psychotic motherfucker. You can't imagine having a cup of coffee with this guy because he would probably just want to slit your throat open, kill you. And you also have these two little kids who they're not really part of the group. They don't really believe in it all. And their name's Sarah and Job. Job is played by Robbie Kiger. I can't pronounce his last name. And Sarah is played by Anne-Marie McEvoy. That's how you pronounce her name. She wasn't in much. I mean, she was in quite a few episodes of Full House. I remember it was a fair bit, but I can't remember how many episodes. And this group, believes that, once you turn 18, 19, when you're an adult, you've reached the age of sin. While you're a child, you're still pure type thing. You're not in the age of sin yet. And when you turn into an adult, you get sacrificed to he who walks behind the rose. And that's pretty much, the story. This two young couple just get caught up. And it was Bert's birthday, so imagine all that. He's being chased by psychotic kids on his friggin' birthday, gets stabbed in the chest and shit. It's really, it's crazy. Try to read what it says. In the drought strike, fuck that. I can't even be fucked reading it, man. I still struggle to read, and I don't really like reading out loud, so I'm like, fuck it. I don't know if I'll review the sequels to this film because it's a lot. It's a lot to try to review. And but if you guys want me to review the sequels, message me on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if you can message on Twitter or Instagram. I'm not quite sure because I'm still kind of new to all that. But yeah, if you guys want me to review the sequels, feel free to let me know and I'll see if I can fit them in. I want to review the Halloween films, finally, if I can. I want to review Pet Sematary, classic horror films. Now, this is definitely one of my favourite horror films of all time. It's definitely next to Carnosaur, and I know what you're thinking. Carnosaur? You like that film? You're a fucking weirdo if you like Carnosaur. I love Carnosaur. It's my number one favourite movie of all time. Not just horror film, movie in general. You know, you want to criticize me for loving Carnosaur? Feel free. I don't care. You know, we all like what we like. I love this film. I reckon this comes second, like, on my top 10 favourite movies of all time. This is next to Carnosaur. Not just in horror films, in movies in general. You know? I can't say much about this film in a review because it leaves me so speechless because it's just that good. You know, and I don't want to, brag on too much about it because I don't want you guys to be disappointed if you haven't seen it yet and you decide to go and see it, I don't want to brag on too much, I don't want to get you all hyped up and then you might be disappointed, it's 1984. Most people these days, they don't like old films anymore, but that's their opinion. My opinion is it's a great movie. I love it. The music is fucking awesome. The storyline is cool. The acting is amazing. That's all I can say. And Isaac, he's just one of the most scariest villains ever. Like the remake of Children of the Corn. That Isaac, you just want to cuddle him. He's too cute. And when you hear the name Isaac, you think of the creepy 12-year-old preacher boy from Children of the Corn. Scares the living daylights out of you. Makes you can't sleep. I mean, hell, when I was 12 and I saw this, I couldn't get any sleep. It scared me that much. But in the remake, he's not scary. He's definitely a lot younger. They don't refer to his age, but I can tell he's younger. He's too cute, man. You just want to cuddle the damn kid, It's just... I don't know what they were thinking, like in the novel or the short story or the book or whatever. Was he always, cute looking and just not that scary? I don't know. And the ending, man, like, if you haven't seen the film, like,